still section 3.2. Now I'm going to show you how to do synthetic division. Last time we did long division, divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. This is a completely different method of division, which you might find you like a little bit better. So we're going to start by finding what makes our denominator 0 here. So if we set this equal to 0, we can subtract 5 and find out that x would equal a negative 5. We're going to take that negative 5 and we're going to put it in a little box. Okay? Then we're going to take the coefficients of this polynomial that's in the numerator and we're going to write it next to that little box. Leave a line of space and then draw a line. You're going to take your first coefficient, that 3, and drop it straight down. So nothing happens to the 3. Then you're going to take the negative 5 in the box, multiply it times this 3, and write the answer up here. So negative 5 times 3 is negative 15. And then you're going to add. So 13 and negative 15 is negative 2. Then we'll do it again. Negative 5 times negative 2 is a positive 10. We're going to add and we get 0. This last answer here represents your remainder. So if you get a remainder of 0, then that means that your factor evenly divided into your polynomial, or that the x plus 5 is a factor of that polynomial. These other two numbers represent coefficients of another polynomial. Since we had a quadratic and we divided it by a linear, the quadratic we reduced by 1, so this 3 is now an x, and the middle term is now a constant. So 3x minus 2 is the polynomial that we get when you take this quadratic divided by this linear. You get this one, 3x minus 2. All right, let's try another one of those synthetic division. Here's number 5. Remember, this is just a continuation from that first part of 3.2. So, what would make this equal 0? Hopefully you can see that x equals negative 2 would make it equal 0. So we put negative 2 in the box, coefficients next to it. So 1, negative 3, negative 14, negative 8. Leave a space, draw a line, drop your first one down. Now if you remember the pattern of multiplying and adding, hit pause, try to calculate that all the way through and see if you come back and get the same answer. All right, negative 2 times 1 is negative 2, negative 5, 10, negative 4, 8, and looky there, we got a 0 again. So perfect. We're going to change all of those into coefficients in a polynomial. So we had a cubic. That means this first one is now a quadratic or a square. Minus 5x minus 4. Ta-da! All right, number 6 is our last one. So again, x plus 4, that means we're going to have a negative 4 in the box because that's what would make it equal 0. Here, I'll scoot that up a little bit. Coefficients across the top. Now on this one, you have to be careful. Do you see how there is not an x term? We have to put a 0, a placeholder in for that term, or the whole process will be messed up. So make sure anytime you have a missing term, you put a 0 placeholder in. If you have 2 missing terms, you have to put 2 placeholders. All right, so we'll go through the rest of that. Hit pause, go ahead and calculate, and we'll check it out. Negative 4 times 3 is negative 12. So we get a negative 10, then we get a positive 40, which would also be 40, and then negative 160, negative 165. So our remainder this time is negative 165. So it doesn't divide in evenly. That's okay. We could still write a polynomial for our answer. Again, it was a cubic, so that makes our first term a quadratic. So 3x squared minus 10x plus 40. Remember, this is the remainder, so just like we did long division, we're going to do plus negative 165 over x plus 4. So this whole thing is our final answer. with the entire polynomial and then that remainder at the end. Just don't forget the plus. So that's how you do synthetic division